I'm an awful cook. I don't have any training, I don't have any experience, and the closest I've ever been to a professional kitchen is when I had to walk through one to use the bathroom at a restaurant once. Now, I started this channel to kind of track my progress in the kitchen, and so that maybe one day I won't be as awful. But as of today, I'm most definitely awful. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make chicken tacos, where I attempt to make the tortillas from scratch. Enjoy! Okay, so whenever I make this recipe, I don't usually measure stuff. I don't know why, I should probably get to the habit of it, but I just got so used to feeling out how much dough I need. So I just put in the flour first, because I think it'll come out a lot better, more consistent at least. Okay, next step is the water. This is hot water or warm water. I don't really know what it does. I've just heard that it's better for this, and it kind of feels, I used cold water once and I got kind of similar results, but the vibes were off, you know what I'm saying? So once you pour the water in, you just mix it in, and I like to do it little by little because it's a lot easier to fix the dough when it's drier than when it's too wet. So this is obviously not enough water, just pour a little more. And it took me a few tries to get the consistency down, but once you get it down, it's really easy to replicate. This is all supposed to obviously come together and not be like a huge crumb mess, like I just opened a Nature Valley bar or something. Oh my god, I think that was too much water. We'll find out in a second. I gotta invest in a measuring cup. Just make my life a whole lot easier. Alright, it's coming together. It's coming together. There we go. Oh, hang on a second. I forgot something really important. My apron. My sister made me this apron for Christmas. I love this thing. And it's necessary to put on when you're cooking a recipe like this because your hands get gross. Okay, so you mix. You see how it's still kind of falling apart? Real easy. That's too dry. You gotta be very careful here because this is a tipping point where, at least in my experience, I found that if you add a little too much water here, you can mess up the whole thing. So you just gotta be real careful with it. Okay, little by little. Mix it in. You gotta just knead it. That's the word I've heard, but I personally don't know what it means. Again, this is my cooking journey, so I'll eventually learn what kneading means. But for now, I'm just doing what I see in the videos. I'm kneading the dough. I think that's more for like bread when like yeast is involved, but I'm making las tortillas, so I don't really know about this kneading thing. So the way I learned to check to see if it's ready or not is you grab a little bit, roll it into a ball, and squeeze it down gently. This is actually perfect. If there's cracks on the sides, that's too dry. And if you lift it up and it sticks to your hand, there's like a little residue, it's too wet. So that's how you check. So this dough, you can see from the 0 cracks, is perfect. I'm very surprised. I never got it perfect on the first try like that. I always have to add a little bit more water. So now we just let it sit. Just cover it up. 10 minutes. That's it. In the meantime, I will wash this hand because it's gross. If you have one of these, a tortilla press, this is the time to prep it. Now, I know there's ways you can roll it out on like a rolling pin. There's also ways you can do it by hand, but tortilla press has never failed me, so I'm not about to stop using it. You can use saran wrap, or you could use, for this part, you could use saran wrap, or you could use a Ziploc bag that you chop up. Just gently place it on, and I always lift it up and tuck the bottom part, the bottom plastic, under the press. And this is a heavy press. You don't want it, if you're gonna get a press, you want the cast iron one. You don't want the aluminum one. Aluminum is a soft metal, so when you press down, you put your tortilla dough here and you press down, and you do the whole motion. The aluminum will bend around your tortilla and you'll have like a thicker center, and that's just not good. So if you're gonna get a tortilla press, it's better to just invest the money and get like a cast iron one. This wasn't even that expensive. This was like $30, and I do this all the time, so it was just an easy choice. Okay, so the reason I tuck it under here is because I don't know if you just saw. So when you lift the lid, I can just grab it by the tabs here and make sure I grab the saran wrap, and I lift it up, and it lifts the whole thing itself, because as you know, saran wrap loves to stick to itself. So by doing that, you know, you just mitigate that whole process and make it a lot easier for yourself. Tortilla press is ready. Now, you can use any pan, obviously, but I bought this recently for a camping trip, so I'm going to use it. I haven't really learned how to clean it. If someone could tell me how to clean it, as you can see, it's got like residue in it. Is that normal? I have no idea. I got one of those like chainmail things to scrub it down, but it didn't really work. There's still a lot of like residue, but I think that's okay. Now you just wait until the dough is ready, and then we'll get to cooking the tortillas. Cut, I guess, I'm fucking up. Okay, it's time to press out the tortillas. You grab your dough, and the more you do this, the more you'll be able to feel how much you need for what the tortilla. I almost said a tortilla like a Hispanic person. I guess I am a Hispanic person. You know what I mean. Anyway, you just grab it. I like to push it down a little bit. You put it down in the middle, push it down, put the top down. I like to press just a tiny bit, and then you press with the press. You press with the press, huh? Great wordsmith. Not a lot, enough, but not a lot. Again, this is one of those things you'll get the feel of. And then this is why I like to tuck the saran wrap under, because you know you can just lift this. Okay, sometimes this will happen. It's a little annoying, but this always happens with like the first couple ones. So I just redo it right off, just like that. It's completely clean. Again, I'm not a professional. I've never been trained. Never been in a professional kitchen before. I have a tiny kitchen, and this is kind of the only recipe I know how to do really well, which is why I started with this one. So please don't judge. This is supposed to be my cooking journey, not my cooking destination. Middle, press down, and squeeze just enough. Hopefully it's not messed up. Yes, so see, that's a tortilla, baby. There you go. Now, due to the design of the tortilla press, one side is going to be a little thinner than the other side. You can flip them and press them again to even it out, but I am too hungry for that, so let's get to cooking. I have my cast iron pan on the stove. I set it to high because tortillas take a lot of heat to cook. Just carefully put it out, and then you put it in a cast iron pan or whatever pan you're using. And you just put it on there. You don't have to worry about sticking, because tortillas will not stick if the pan is hot enough. You just gotta leave it for a couple minutes. And it's like a minute each side. And while you have the first one on there, you can just prep the next one. Perfecto. Beautiful and round like this. Okay, so the tortillas have been cooked, and I put them in here, and this makeshift tortilla warmer I made, just to show you guys. Again, it's super important. Look how good they look. Oh my lord. It's super important that they stay in something like this while you cook for the rest of the meal, because tortillas can be a little temperamental. If they don't retain their moisture, then they stiffen up and they get dry and they get gross, and you don't want that. I don't want that, at least. So okay, now next step is just heating this up and getting ready for the chicken that I'm gonna cook. For me, it'll take a couple minutes, but for you guys, it'll just be as quick as this snap. Okay, so I've got my chicken here. I hope that cut was smooth. I have no idea. I've never done that before. So if it looks like garbage, please be nice. Yeah, so I got my chicken here, and I'm gonna be seasoning it with onion powder, paprika, garlic seasoning, and some salt. Again, I am not a professional, so I have no idea why these would go together, or if they do go together. But that's something I'm planning on finding out. But for now, my first video, first day of the journey, I just like those three things, so that's what's going on there. Maybe I'm like committing some sort of food crime here, but let me know in the comments, I guess. Now, this is a lot of seasoning, and I hope you at home watching are like, this man, his sodium levels are through the roof. They probably are, but I mean, it's a different color. So my rule of thumb is checked. All right, out of the frying pan. All right, so I'm using the same cast iron I used to cook the tortillas, and please forgive me. I bought this cast iron for like a camping trip like 3 weeks ago, and I don't really exactly know how to use it just yet. So if it looks a little fucked up, please don't judge me. I'm learning. If you can give me tips in the comments of how to, I don't know, clean it better or something, or how to use it better, I would love that. Because right now I'm just going off like some myths that I've heard about this thing. Myth number one being that it's got to be as hot as hell for when you put your stuff down. So that's what I'm doing. No oil. I hope that's not a mistake. Okay, that's out of the bit. I'm anticlimactic, but it's in there. I don't think it'll stick. And I'm gonna admire this chicken. It just kind of sitting there. I think it's cooking for sure. Okay, it just looks the same. I don't know. I've cooked chicken my whole life, never on a cast iron pan, and the heat's on. I guess it's cooking. It's just like, expected more of like a, you know, like a little like sizzle, you know, like very like sassy, like Hispanic or something, like el pollo. Just kind of looks the same as when I put it. I think it shrank a little bit. Nah, it's cooking. It's cooking. It's cooking. I'm just full of doubt. Just full of doubt. It's cooking. All right, it's time to flip. I think I'm nervous. I hope it's not like stuck. I don't think it's gonna be stuck. I think that's, I don't know. There's only one way to find out, right? All right. Wish me luck. Shit. Okay, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. Oh my lord. Okay. Okay. So, I may or may not have burnt a little bit. So there's a reason why this channel's called The Awful Cook. And you can see the reason right here, right here, right here. You can see it all over the chicken. So please don't judge me too harshly again. For the 8,000th time, I'm not a professional. Haven't been trained. But I have faith. You know? We out here, we're doing it. I'm trying to learn. And one thing I'm learning is that I don't like cooking on a cast iron. At least until I learn how to do it. It's just so embarrassing. Just checking it. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. Come on. Oh shit, it fell apart. Okay. I'm gonna stop fucking with it. Oh yeah, baby. Now we cooking with grease. Oh my god. Jesus. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use the cast iron for a while, at least until I figure out what to do with it, how to clean it. If I'm doing it right, maybe it's the heat. I don't know. I'm planning on shooting on some camping cooking videos, and it'll definitely come out for those because I can't put a regular pan in the bonfire, which is the reason why I bought this thing, just for bonfire cooking, not kitchen cooking. I don't know. I wanted to impress you guys. Okay, please don't judge me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And this looks pretty good. So I'm gonna take it out. Look at all that friggin' smoke. My god. I'm smoked hand. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I got my chicken on the cutting board, and don't worry, I washed it. Because I am a big germaphobe, so this has been thoroughly washed. And so now one of two things can happen. Either I'm going to cut into it, and it's still going to be a little raw in the center, in which case I'm just going to throw it back into the pan after I feel embarrassed, or it's going to be perfectly cooked. Now, I'm not about to julienne this chicken or whatever. I don't really have any knife skills whatsoever. So this is going to be really embarrassing. Knife skill video is coming in the future though at some point, because I do need to learn that if I'm going to learn how to cook properly. But for now, please enjoy this really embarrassing display of chopping this piece of charcoal. Oh my god. Alright, enjoy. Okay, I cut up my chicken. I know you can't see my face, but I was grimacing the whole time because I'm very embarrassed. I'm fine cutting things up like this at home, but on camera, my god. Good news is that the chicken is cooked and juicy as hell, baby. But if someone could please give me direction on knife skills, or like if there's a different knife I should be using besides whatever this is. Maybe if it needs to be sharper, maybe if there's like a cool like cha-cha-cha-cha technique I could chop, I could do to chop this a little better. Please let me know. But my plan was to get it into small pieces so I can fit in a taco. Maybe cubed, I don't know. This is definitely not cubed. This is not a cube. But it's cut down to size, and that's okay with me right now. Okay. There's one more step to my taco recipe, and that's making my taco sauce, which is honestly my favorite part of the taco. And it's probably the one thing probably the only reason I eat my tacos. So again, I'm gonna try this snapping transition again. Wish me luck. Okay, how'd I do? I don't know. Anyway, taco sauce time. Only a few ingredients. Mayonnaise, chili powder, paprika, lime juice, and salt. That's about it. I think mayonnaise gets like a really bad rap. People think it's a really weak condiment, but I love it because you can do so many things with it. It's like such a good base, I feel. Just like the base of this taco sauce. Essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix all these ingredients together and keep playing with it until I find the combination or ratio of all of them that I like and taste good. All right, enjoy. Enjoy the montage. That's excellent. Oh my god. Again, I don't know why these ingredients combine together, but they do, and they sing, let me tell you. Whew. Okay, that was the last step. Yeah, so I probably should have gotten like some cilantro and some cheese to like do up the tacos a little bit, maybe some onions, but I'm keeping them simple today. Okay, so time to plate everything. And let's get to it. How good that looks. Maybe a little burnt, but again, I'm blaming it on the cast iron that I don't know how to use, but they look good. There you go. That's it. That's the recipe. Somehow I've managed to cook the chicken in a way where it kind of camouflages into their tortillas so you can't really see it. I think next time I'm going to need that little pop of color from the cilantro because this is all like the same color. This is, like I took a color palette and I stuck with it apparently. I don't know. But here it is. I'm proud. And this is the first step in a really long journey. And I'm really happy. Because I'm excited to see where this is going to go. This is just my first batch. All the things I'm going to learn, all the things I'm going to do, all the things I'm going to be able to accomplish, hopefully, if I stick to it. So, very proud of these little camo tortillas and camo tacos. Onto the journey. Thank you so much.